Hello everyone. Sampling process. We have already discussed about the analog signal and digital signal and continuous signal and discrete signal. In the continuous signal, we have the continuous variations, but in the discrete signal, for a particular instant of time, we have the signals. Here, we have the sampling process. For a particular time intervals, we have the outputs. Sampling is a process in which the amplitude of continuous time signal is measured at a discrete instant. Sampling converts continuous time signal into discrete time signal or pulse amplitude modulated signal. Continuous time signal ಅನ್ನ discrete time signal ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಓನ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ದಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಇಂಟು discrete time signal. Here m of t is the continuous signal, that is message signal. S of t is sample signal. Sample ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ sampling rate S of t is applied. It is applied to the multiplier. The output of that is product of m of t into S of t. Here how you can generate that sampled signal using a multiplier. We have this simple circuit. This m of t is applied here, and this switch is turns on and off. It changes its position from this position to this position at a rate of s of t. When it is connected to this m of t, the signal is transferred to output. When it is connected to this ground, the signal output is 0. Here it is a switching circuit. The baseband signal m of t, it is a modulating signal or the message information, that is baseband signal m of t, which is to be sampled, is applied in the input and its highest frequency component is fm. Different signals ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಯಾವ್ದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ component is fm, and a periodic train of pulses s of t of unit amplitude and time period ts is applied to the switch. Here amplitude is constant, unit amplitude constant irutte. The time period is ts is applied in the switch. The switch is turns on and off. It changes its position from m of t to ground to m of t at a rate of ts. The switch periodically shifts between the two contacts at a rate given by frequency fs is greater than or equals to 1 by ts. You already know that frequency and time period are inversely proportional. Here fs is greater than or equals to 1 by ts. The switch stays on the input contact for 2 seconds and on the ground contact for a remainder. Suppose t is equal to 1 milliseconds. For 0.5 milliseconds it stays in the m of t and remaining time, that is 0.5 seconds, in the ground position. 2 seconds and on the ground contact for a remainder of each sampling period. The time ts is called the sampling time. Sampling time is equal to ts. The sampling rate must be at least twice the highest frequency component. Here the highest frequency component means fm, and sampling rate fs should be minimum of equals to 2 times that of fm. Here fs is greater than or equals to 2 fm. The input is m of t, the sampling function is s of t, and the multiplier output is the product of m of t and s of t. See here, it's the input signal m of t and sampling function is s of t. The output is m s of t. that is a sampled modulating signal, is equal to m of t into s of t. The waveforms are indicated like this: m of t, it is a continuous wave, and s of t, it is a unit amplitude pulses, discrete set of signals. They samples these continuous signals, and we have the output like this. It is a product of m of t and s of t. Next, different types of samplings. There are three types of sampling. This one is instantaneous sampling, the second one is natural sampling, and the third one is flat top sampling. The first one is instantaneous sampling. From instant to instant, the sample processes takes place. Then they are indicated like this. In the instantaneous sampling is ideal sampling. It's not a practical sampling, it's a ideal sampling. It is accomplished by using a train of impulses. Train of impulses are used, and we have the sampling here. Thus instantaneous sample signal is equals to S of t into m of t. It's a product of S of t into m of t. The second one is natural sampling. In the natural sampling, we have the output. The sampled signal consists of sequence of pulse sequence of pulses varying amplitude. Here you observe this pulse amplitude is varies. These are the S of t signals. These pulses amplitude is varies with respect to the amplitude of the modulating signal or the baseband signal. This is the m of t. Here the amplitude of the S of t is changes. This pulses amplitude is changes with respect to the amplitude of the modulating signal. In a natural sampling, the sampled signal consists of a sequence of pulses varying amplitude. Here, top of sampled pulse follows the waveform of the signal m of t. You observe this. The amplitude of the pulses are varies with respect to the amplitude of the modulating signal m of t or waveform m of t. And the third one is flat top sampling. In the flat top sampling, we have the output with a flat top. The pulse output is not varying, it is a constant. It samples at this particular point and it remains in that, or it stays, or it holds in that particular position and then come back to the zero position. In a flat top sampling, tops of sampled pulses will remain same for the duration of the pulse. This type of sampling can be achieved using a sample and hold circuit. It samples its particular point and it holds in the ಇಲ್ಲಿ constant ಇದೆ output ಏನಿದೆ ಹೇಳಿ constant ಇದೆ ಅದೇ same position ಅಲ್ಲಿ remain ಆಗಿದೆ, so it is called as a flat top. The output is not varies with respect to the amplitude of the modulating signal. It samples at this particular point and it holds in that particular position, and after that it come back to the zero position, so it is called as a sample flat top sampling. This flat top sampling is occurred by using a we get this waveform by using a sample and hold circuit. Now this sample and hold circuit indicates it's a very simple sample and hold circuit. There are two MOSFETs, one is T1 and another one is T2 sample and hold circuit. When we apply this M of T, here this figure shows the sample and hold circuit. It has two switches. In that, one is sampling switch, this one T1, and another one is discharging switch. This is the discharging switch. Along with that, this circuit has a hold capacitor. This capacitor is a hold capacitor C. When sampling switch is closed, sampling switch means this switch is closed, it is activated. When this sampling switch is closed, capacitor C charges because the current is passes through this switch and the capacitor is charges to its maximum value, that is M of T. Here, when sampling switch is closed, the M of T signal is passes through this sampling switch. There is no voltage drop across this sampling switch. Therefore, the capacitor is charges to its maximum value M of T. When sampling switch is closed, the capacitor C charges to M of T. Capacitor holds this charge. This capacitor is charges to its maximum value and it holds this charge until the discharge switch is closed. When this discharge switch is closed, then only the capacitor gets a path to discharge. Otherwise, the capacitor is holds in that particular position only. So it remains in the hold position. When the sampling switch comes to the off condition and discharge switch comes to the on condition, that means this T2 switch closes, then capacitor finds a low resistance path to discharge. The capacitor is discharges through this discharge switch, and capacitor holds until the discharge switch is closed. The sampled signal M of t into S of t is present across the capacitor. Once the discharge switch is closed and the sampling switch is opened, then the capacitor discharges to ground through discharge switch. Now the output M of t into S of t is equals to 0. That means when this capacitor starts to discharge, then output voltage equals to 0, because the capacitor is discharges through this switch T2 or discharge switch. When this discharge switch is present in the open condition and this sampling switch is present in the closed condition, then M of t is passes to this whole capacitor, and the whole capacitor holds that voltage until this switch T2 is comes to off condition. When T2 is comes to sorry, not off condition, on condition. When T2 comes to the on condition, at the same time T1 goes to the off state. Therefore, the signal M of t is not passes here, and here the output M of t into S of t is also goes to 0 position when this capacitor is discharges fully. Like this, we have the sample and hold output by using these two MOSFET switches. The charging and discharging of capacitor results in a flat top sampled signal or rectangular pulse sampling, that is sample and hold output. This output we get at the output of this circuit. When we use the sampling process at the transmitter, then we want to get the actual signal M of t by using a signal recovery circuit. Signal recovery means we use the low pass filter with a cutoff frequency, that is Fc is equal to Fm. You already know that low pass filter means the filter can passes only low frequency signals. By using this low pass filter here, M of t into S of t is the sampled signal. That sampled signal is applied to the low pass filter with a cutoff frequency Fc is equal to Fm. Then we get a M of t, that is modulating signal. The original signal M of t can be recovered by using a low pass filter. The cutoff frequency Fc of low pass filter should be equal to the maximum modulating signal frequency Fm, that is Fc is equal to Fm. When the sampled signal M of t into S of t is applied to such a low pass filter, then the output of the filter is the baseband signal M of t. This is the recovery of that M of t. Now we consider the theorem, that is sampling theorem. Sampling theorem for a baseband signal or low pass signal. It states that if the sampling rate Fs is more than or equal to twice the maximum signal frequency Fm, then the original signal can be reconstructed at the receiver side with minimum distortion. That is, distortion of the reconstructed signal is less if Fs is greater than or equals to 2 Fm, that is Fs is greater than 2 Fm. Fs ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ sampling frequency. Sampling frequency, it's a square pulses. That sampling frequency should be greater than or equals to 2 Fm. Suppose, for example, we consider that if Fm is equal to the modulating frequency, maximum modulating frequency Fm is equal to 5 kilohertz ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Sampling frequency should be greater than or equals to 10 kilohertz. ಎಫ್ ಎಂ 5 ಕಿಲೋ ಹರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಫ್ ಎಂ 5 ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ಆರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು 10 ಕಿಲೋ ಹರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಎಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದೆನ್ 2 ಎಫ್ ಎಂ. ಎಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿನ ನೀವು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ರೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Sampling frequency should be greater than or equals to 2 fm. The sampling theorem says what? If the sampling rate fs is more than or equals to twice the maximum signal frequency fm, then the original signal can be reconstructed at the receiver side with minimum distortion. ನೀವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಸೀವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟಾರ್ಷನ್ ನಾವು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ರೀಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಯಾವ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಸ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಎಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ಆರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಟ್ವೈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ. ಟ್ವೈಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 2. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಫ್ ಎಸ್ is greater than or equals to 2 fm. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. the sampling theorem analysis there are 3 different conditions. One is fs is greater than or equals to fm. The second one is fs is exactly is equal to fm, that is called as Nyquist rate. And the third one is fs is less than 2 fm. Here it is not fm, fs equals to 2 fm and fs is less than 2 fm. Here it is fs equals to 2 fm change this. fs equals to 2 fm and fs is less than 2 fm. Here we should indicate fs equals to 2 fm, that is Nyquist. Here you should indicate 2 and here also it is 2. It is not only less than fm, it is 2 and we consider the condition fs equals to 2 fm Nyquist rate, and this is fs is less than 2 fm aliasing effect. Okay, now the first condition fs is greater than or equals to 2 fm. The first condition fs is less than or equals to 2 fm. fs is greater than or equals to 2 fm, that is m of t s of t with a condition fs is far greater than 2 fm. fs is far greater than 2 fm. Here m of t s of t is far greater than 2 fm means you observe this is fm. Suppose you consider this 5 kilohertz. This fm is equal to how much? 5 kilohertz. And this fs equals to 12 kilohertz. You assume that it is far greater than 2 fm. Here this fm is equal to 5 kilohertz and this equals to 12 or 14 kilohertz. You assume that this value is equal to 14 kilohertz and this is equal to 5 kilohertz. Okay, now fs minus fm. fs is how much? 14 minus 5, what it becomes? This fs minus fm means here it becomes 9. What it indicates? This is the sampling frequency and this fm is the modulating frequency. and here we have the gap. This is 5 and this one is 9, so that we have a gap. That gap is called as guard band. If suppose we use the low pass filter, this low pass filter don't have the sharp cutoff frequency. Practically it is slowly decreases and reaches its minimum value. Therefore, here both the signals are not overlapped together. So we have a clear signal at the receiver point. So we can reconstruct the signals with a minimum distortion at the receiver. This Fs is greater than or equals to 2 fm. We indicate that 2 fm. Figure shows the spectrum of sampled signal m of t into s of t. There is a gap between upper limit fm and fs minus fm. This gap is called guard band. ಈ ಗ್ಯಾಪಿಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ guard band. Because of the presence of this guard band, a practical low pass filter with a cutoff frequency fm can cover the original baseband signal m of t. That is, cutoff frequency of the filter need not be sharp as in the ideal low pass filter. The second condition is the first condition is Fs is greater than 2 fm. The second condition is Fs is equals to 2 fm, and the third condition is Fs is less than 2 fm. And the first condition indicates Fs is greater than 2 fm. You already observe this diagram. Here fm is, suppose you consider the example 5 kilohertz, and s equals to 14 kilohertz. Then 14 minus 5, it becomes 9 kilohertz. So that there is a gap between this fm and fs minus fm. That band is called as guard band. So there is no any interference or distortion. Therefore we can clearly reconstruct the original signal if we have the condition if fs is greater than or equals to 2 fm. Fs is greater than or equals to 2 fm. And the second condition is fs equals to 2 fm. If fm equals to 5 kilohertz and fs equals to 10 kilohertz, that condition is called as a Nyquist rate. Here fs is exactly is equal to 2 fm. You observe this diagram here. If suppose fm is equal to 5 kilohertz and fs equals to 10 kilohertz, then 10 minus 5, what it becomes? Fs minus fm means 10 minus 5, it becomes 5 kilohertz. Both are joined at this exact point. Here fs is exactly is equal to 2 fm. That rate is called as a Nyquist rate. And if the sampling rate is exactly equals to twice the modulating signal, that effect is called the Nyquist rate. Here fs equals to 2 fm samples per second. Nyquist rate is the minimum available sampling rate. Fs is less than 2 fm ಆದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಕಿಲೋಹರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 9 ಕಿಲೋಹರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ 9 ಮೈನಸ್ 5 ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಕಿಲೋಹರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿಸ್ಟೋರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಎರಡು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ Nyquist rate is the minimum available sampling rate. Minimum available sampling rate ಯಾವುದು? Nyquist rate. Similarly, the maximum sampling intervals. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ರೇಟ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ, ಸ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್. ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ sampling interval is called the Nyquist interval. It is given by Ts equals to 1 by Fs, that's equals to 1 by 2 fm. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ Fs equals to 2 fm. So Ts is equal to 1 by Fs, or that is equals to 1 by 2 fm. The Fs equals to 2 fm idre, without any distortion we can reconstruct the circuit or reconstruct the signal at the receiving point. Suppose the third condition, if Fs is less than 2 fm, Fs is less than 2 fm antandre we have the distortion. You observe this diagram here. This is fm and this is fs. Here fs minus fm. ಇಲ್ಲಿ example ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. This is 5 kilohertz FM is 5 kilohertz and FS is 9 kilohertz. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ 9 minus 5 ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 kilohertz ಆಯ್ತು. ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಂತು. ಇದೆರಡು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತು. This interference or distortion is called as a aliasing effect. ಎರಡು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ಓವರ್ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. We have the distortion. That distortion is called as a aliasing effect or crossover distortion or holdover distortion. Aliasing effect ಗೆ crossover distortion or holdover distortion ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Figure shows the spectrum of the sampled signal when fs is less than 2 fm. Now the signal fs is less than 2 fm. It shows two spectrums are overlapped together. Here both the signals are overlapped. Therefore, original signal cannot be reconstructed even by using the ideal low pass filter also. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ರೀಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಲೋ ಪಾಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ. ಬಟ್ ಲೋ ಪಾಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸಹ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎರಡು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟಾರ್ಷನ್. ದ ಟೂ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ FM and FS minus FM are overlapped together. This distortion is called aliasing effect. ಎರಡು ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಓವರ್ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? aliasing effect or crossover distortion or holdover distortion. Sampling theorem for band pass signal. That is, this indicates what? Sampling theorem for low pass signal. That is low pass. We have a low frequency signals. Band pass signal for low pass signals, and this indicates the sampling theorem for band pass signal. Here the signal frequency is high. I'll explain this and analog pulse modulation in the next class.